So we've lived in Gilbert for about 4 years now. Okay, 4 years. Cartoon wife, we wanted to move here to Gilbert for a few reasons. Number one, the schools overall are much better in the city of Gilbert compared to where we lived in Avondale. That was reason number one. Reason number two, we're being close to family. My mom lives in Mesa. My sister-in-law, who's married to the guy that got a scorpion in his beard, they live 7 minutes away in Gilbert. Okay, so we wanted to be closer to them because on weekends, we were forever driving from the west side to the east side. It was a good 45 minutes. It was a pain in the ass. So primarily because of education, we decided to relocate here. Now, yeah, could we have gone and done a charter school instead of a public school for little Rory? We probably could have. But we also wanted a bigger home because we had a home we liked. It was one story, but it was a little too small for us. So we ended up having a home built in Gilbert. So that's the background as to why we moved to Gilbert. So now, why are we moving from Gilbert to Queen Creek is the question of the day. Couple reasons. Number one, we ended up buying a 2-story in Gilbert. Cartoon wife and I would prefer a single story because it's cheaper on electric for the running the AC, and the living room, Cartoon wife complains, is too small. She can't fit proper furniture in the living room. She kind of wants to be the entertainer in the family, but I don't. She loves having her family over, but I don't. When they come, I like cringe. I'm like, oh God, when are they gonna leave? You know, and I don't know if any of you can relate with me. I'm like, oh, and I even have ADT, you know, the security company, and they have like a little webcam in the living room. So whenever her family is here and I happen to not be home, I'll check in on my iPhone and look at the webcam to see if they're still there, you know, and then if they're still there, I may not come home that night. So I'm lying about that part. I always come home. But, you know, I'll kind of postpone. I'll hang out with my mom, or I'll go somewhere and do something else. This is all pre-COVID, of course. But to answer your question, I know I'm kind of, you know, going all over the place. We want a single story, you know, because the house we have is a 2-story. Queen Creek is growing like crazy. We could not afford the house we're buying in Queen Creek in Gilbert because Gilbert has gone up in price dramatically. We could not afford the house we're buying in Queen Creek. So we're having another one built, okay? And we've asked the A-team to help us sell this house. And at some point, we'll sell this house. That's the whole big question about, you know, when's the best time to sell, because we might end up doing a double move, which would suck. You know, we sell this house, we move temporarily into an apartment until our new house is built. But heart of hearts, I really don't want to do that because we got 2 dogs and a cat, and they don't like each other. So I'd rather just move from point A to point B. But anyway, to answer your question, we're looking for a single story. We're looking to get more bang for our buck. All right. And there's nothing wrong with Gilbert, but supposedly they claim it's one of the safest cities to live. Yet all I keep hearing about are gunshots that are happening as of late. So, and it's not, you know, just, you know, 4th of July fireworks stuff. We're talking real gunshots that are happening in the city of Gilbert. So because of safety and getting more bang for a buck and getting a single level home with a big living room that she can fit proper furniture, those are the main reasons why we are choosing to relocate from Gilbert to Queen Creek. Okay. So today, matter of fact, I'll let you in on a little secret. Today, we actually went to the design center to pick out some stuff for the new house, you know. So Rory stayed with her grandma. Today, originally I had scheduled off from work because Rory was going to get her tonsils removed. But, you know, with this whole COVID thing, we canceled that. And there's something called adenoids. I don't know if you guys have heard of this. It's not just the tonsils. It's things like to the side called adenoids. And they normally remove those as well when they remove the tonsils. But at any rate, none of us had a good feeling about it. And then with this whole COVID thing, we decided to cancel it. And we'll get it done, you know, for her down the line at some point. But anyway, we are moving. No set date yet. They haven't broken ground yet. But I have started the process. I gave them a tiny bit of money. I'm going to give them more money. And then I'm going to be broke for the rest of my life. So, but on the bright note, you know, we sold one house already, and we parlayed the money to this current house. When we sell this house, we're going to make a substantial profit, and we're going to parlay that into the next house. So that's the only reason why we're going to be living in this pimped out house. Otherwise, there's no way in hell we'd be able to afford it. It's all from the proceeds of, you know, I don't want to say flipping houses, but moving to a house, fixing it up, and selling it for a profit. I wouldn't say flip because we lived there for years before we sell.